Hello and welcome back. And today I want to talk about sort of a bigger picture concept, this idea of natural versus unnatural singing or speaking. And natural is used a few different ways. I'm not talking about a naturally gifted singer or a natural singer, someone who never had any vocal problems. I'm talking about, beginning singers with a lot of vocal problems and who in private lessons, or you might see it on YouTube, something like that, you'll often hear coaches say, hey, just relax and sing naturally, or just relax and breathe naturally. Don't worry about breathing technique. Just do it naturally. Let it come naturally. Okay. And it seems to make sense. So it's easy to say. So why would someone like me actually say, pursue the unnatural? Well, here's the situation is that when you're a beginning singer who sings pretty bad, all of your speech problems and all of your singing problems feel natural. That's the whole point. All of your bad muscle habits, all the inhibition, all the strain, the irregularities in your breathing, they feel natural. So when someone just tells you to do something naturally, sing or breathe or whatever naturally, it might help a little bit, but what happens is they're just asking for you to repeat your bad habits. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to show you, I'm going to walk you through an illustration and argue the point that you really want to pursue something that feels unnaturally at first, train it, develop it so that over time, the good habits replace the bad habits and they're the ones that start to feel natural. Okay, so let's look at this slide. Okay, so what you see here is a illustration called the process of voice building, which I consider voice building to be, the big picture is replacing inhibitory behavior with exhibitory behavior. These are replacing bad habits with good habits, moving from bad singer to good singer. Okay, it's not unlike the field of vocology, which I think was developed by Ingo Titze or founded by him, is this movement from a lot of bad muscle habits toward a sort of a neutral or healthy speech level is called rehabilitation. And then to move further, to go from just kind of speech-like range to really powerful singing, which it takes a lot more than just regular speech habits, is a process of habilitation. And so you're just moving further and further until you're fully exhibitory without any inhibitory bad muscle behavior. Okay, so what happens here is as you begin to train and train and train, all these bad habits feel natural. And so I can give you an example. Like for my lessons, usually like in my private lessons as a student, my coach might spend the first half hour, we're just working on like kind of lip trills and humming and tongue trills to basically get my voice back into kind of the right alignment, into the right place. And it feels unnatural. I know it's correct, but what happens is the correct way in the beginning feels unnatural. It's very strange. It feels good. You kind of know it's right, but you're having to move away from what actually felt natural. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And what happens here is when you're moving from problems and inhibition toward natural or healthy, you're actually moving toward, in the beginning, what feels unnatural. And so what I would suggest is that you really think of it as letting go of your old voice. Because if you try to cling to your old voice and try to cling to what felt natural, it's going to inhibit your growth, your rate of improvement. It's going to slow you down. So just be willing, be open to let go of that old voice, welcome the new voice in. It might feel strange at first. Breathing correctly might feel strange at first. Certainly like correct placement of the voice. And I know some people don't like to talk about placement these days, but it has 400 years of being talked about as a very important subject. And I agree with that. But embrace the unnatural. Know that over time it's going to feel unnatural, but be willing to surrender your old voice and be surprised by the new voice that comes in. That's what I recommend today. Okay. So there's a couple new episodes this week as well. There'll be links to them nearby. Good luck in your training and have a great day.